In our fourth problem, they want us to calculate the temperature on the moon on a warm day in degrees Fahrenheit. So the first thing we're going to write down is the conversion formula. So we get 9/5 times C, the temperature in degrees Celsius. Makes sense to use C for that. Plus 32. Let's write down what they tell us. They tell us C is equal to 127 degrees Celsius. And so it is really a substitution problem. So it's F equals 9/5. We're substituting, so we put it in parentheses, plus 32. Then we go right to our calculator. Now that 9/5, you could put as a decimal if you wanted to. It's going to be like a 1.6 or something like that. 1.8. We can find out. So if we did 9 divided by 5, it's going to tell us 1.8. So we could just use 1.8 throughout instead of the 9/5. But instead of doing that, let's use our fraction button. It's located right here. And so we'll enter 9 fraction 5. So there's our 9/5. Notice we're still down here in the denominator, so we're going to make sure we arrow out of that by using the right arrow. Then our parenthesis. Then our temperature we substituted in. And then plus our 32. So it looks exactly like it does on our paper. And we'll hit enter. Now notice it's given us a mixed fraction because we started with a fraction here. And it would be in general okay to put that. Hopefully we know that 3/5 is 0.6, but if we don't know that, we have a button here right above the fraction button. It says F, and it's got these arrows D. What this means up here is it can take a fraction if I use this function and change it to a decimal, or if I had a decimal, I could use this function and it would turn it into a fraction. It would go both ways depending on what you started with. In this case, we're starting with a fraction, so when I hit second and this button, it's going to take this value that I just had, which is a fraction, and convert it to a decimal. And I hit enter, and it will show me that my final answer is 260.6, and now we're in degrees Fahrenheit. So it's fairly warm on the moon. And that's our final solution.